Pada Padma Uriya Smarana Jasa Kahe Masankita Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Gopinatha Madana Mohana Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana Vrindavana Shri Govinda Nata Madana Homa Jaya Vrindavan, 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 Jaya Vrindavan, Vrindavan, Jaya Jaya Radha Shama Sundara, Radha Shama Sundara Radhe Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Jaya Radhe Shyam. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. For those wonderful melodious bhajans, let us express our gratitude towards His Grace Keshav Chandra Prabhuji, His Grace Sarshikacharya Prabhuji, and His Grace Brajraj Priya Prabhuji by loudly chanting 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. We'll have our Sunday Feast Bhagavatam class, and today's speaker, as you know, is His Grace Vraja Bihari Prabhuji. Hari Bol. जिन भक्तों को ये प्रवचन हिंदी में सुनना है उनसे निवेदन है कि कृपया भक्तिवेदांत हॉल में प्रस्थान करें. A humble request to all the devotees to kindly keep their mobile phones on silent mode when the class is on. Hare Krishna.
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना जय जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपाकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजमालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे। हरे कृष्णा। We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 3, chapter entitled The Lord's Pastimes Out of Vrindavan. Today we'll be chanting text 22 and also 23. So please respond. Tasevam ramamanasya samvatsara ganan bahun ग्रहमेदेषु योगेषु विरागः समजायत। तसेवं रममाणस्य संवत्सरगणान् बहून् ग्रहमेदेषु योगेषु विरागः समजायत। तसेवं रममाणस्य संवत्सरगणान् बहून् ग्रहमेदेषु योगेषु विरागः समजायत। Would like to chant? Mataji's. Word to word meaning. Tasya, his, evam, thus, ramamanasya, enjoying, samvatsara, years, ganan, many, bahun, great many, grahamedeshu, in household life, yogeshu, in sex life, viragaha, detachment, samajayata, awakened. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Lord was thus engaged in household life for many, many years, but at last his detachment from ephemeral sex life was fully manifested. Purport. Even though the Lord is never attached to any kind of material sex life, as the universal teacher, he remained a householder for many, many years, just to teach others how one should live in householder life. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that the word samajayata means fully exhibited. In all his activities while present on the earth, the Lord exhibited detachment. This was fully displayed when he wanted to teach by example that one should not remain attached to household life for all the days of one's life. One should naturally develop detachment as a matter of course. The Lord's detachment from household life does not indicate detachment from his eternal associates, the transcendental covered damsels. But the Lord desired to end his so-called attachment to the three modes of material nature. He can never be detached from the service of his transcendental associates like Rukmini and other goddesses of fortune, as described in the Brahma Samhita 5.29, Lakshmi Sahasrashata Sambrama Sevyamanam. I will also chant the next verse, 23rd verse. Daivadineshu kameshu daivadina swayam puman ko vishrambeta yogena yogeshwaram anuvrata. Every living entity is controlled by a supernatural force, and thus his sense enjoyment is also under the control of that supernatural force. No one therefore can put his faith in Lord Krishna's transcendental sense activities, but one who has become a devotee of the Lord by rendering devotional service. Purport. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, no one but a devotee can understand the transcendental birth and activities of the Lord. The same fact is herein corroborated. No one but one who is enlightened by the devotional service of the Lord can understand the difference between the Lord's activities and those of others who are controlled by the supernatural force. The sense enjoyment of all animals, men and demigods within the purview of the material universe is controlled by the supernatural force called the Prakriti or Devi Maya. No one is independent in obtaining sense enjoyment, and everyone in this material world is after sense enjoyment. Persons who are themselves under the control of supernatural power cannot believe that Lord Krishna is not under any control beyond himself in the matter of sense enjoyment. They cannot understand that his senses are transcendental. In the Brahma Samhita, the Lord's senses are described as omnipotent, that is, with any sense, he can perform the activities of the other senses. One who has limited senses cannot believe that the Lord can eat by his transcendental power of hearing and can perform the act of sex life simply by seeing. The controlled living entity cannot even dream of such sense activities in his conditional life, but simply by the activities of Bhakti Yoga, he can understand that the Lord and his activities are always transcendental. As the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita 18.55, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yava nishchasmi tattvataha. One cannot know even a fraction of the activities of the Lord if he is not a pure devotee of the Lord. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Namaom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam sanjivayata kila shakti dhara swadhamna anyam shahasta charana shravana tvagadim pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam katanchana smrite yasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet vismrite viparitam sya Shri Chaitanya namamitam. Hare Krishna. We welcome all devotees to our Sunday festival. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. This chapter which we are reading is speaking about the Lord's pastimes out of Vrindavan. And we are now coming to the end of this chapter slowly. But the first few verses, the first 9 verses of this chapter were speaking about Krishna's education, Krishna's marriage. And then we saw Krishna killing the different demons and the description of the Kurukshetra war. And now what we are reading today is the section from 16 to 23, where we are reading about Krishna in Dwarka. And we saw in the last few days of the Bhagavatam classes how Krishna established Yudhishthir Maharaj as the emperor and induced him to do horse sacrifices. And he also protected Parikshit Maharaj. And then we saw how Lord enjoyed in Dwarka. He enjoyed life. He followed Vedic custom. And he was situated in knowledge. And finally, he exhibited detachment. Today's 22nd verse is speaking that. And now, the 23rd verse, which we will discuss now, reveals how only devotees can understand these activities of the Lord. All these activities which have been described, only a devotee can understand this. And intellectually you cannot understand this. And from tomorrow, the next series of verses, which will conclude the chapter, will discuss about the annihilation of the Yadu dynasty. But for now, for today, let us focus on today's purport, where Srila Prabhupada explains how only devotees can understand the Lord's activities. Basically, what this means is, beyond a certain point, see, we understand Krishna consciousness, we use our intelligence to understand. But after a certain point, we cannot know Krishna by logic or reasoning, but only by bhakti, by devotional service. That's why Srila Prabhupada quotes this famous verse from 18th chapter, 55. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanyashasmi tattvataha. Only by bhakti can I be known. And Srila Prabhupada writes a very beautiful, one of my favorite statements. It is Madhya Leela. You will find this in the 4th chapter, Madhavendra Puri section, text number 137, purport. Srila Prabhupada writes a beautiful sentence, 2 sentences. Maybe you can repeat after me. This is, actually this is one very powerful sentence. Please repeat after me. Although all Vedic literature is meant for understanding Krishna, one cannot understand Krishna without being a lover of Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada is very emphatic. All Vedic literatures are meant to help us understand Krishna. But we cannot understand Krishna without being lover of Krishna. See, when we attend the JOSD course, we'll understand God exists, Krishna is God. But all of that understanding will be in the head. Intellectual understanding is needed. But if you go on the internet, you will see there are more atheistic people's websites than the theist websites. There are so much of debates going on. There is no end to debate. Ultimately, it is the experience of Krishna's reciprocation. It is the experience of Krishna's mercy that will finally confirm Krishna's existence and Krishna's reality. See, if we can totally figure out Krishna with our mind and intelligence, if we can fully understand, that means our intelligence is greater than God. That means God can be figured out by our intelligence. No, Krishna has to be beyond our intelligence. That's why even Brahmaji was humbled. Therefore, ultimately, we have to come to a stage where we will be, see, if we are sincere devotees, we will come to a stage where we'll have to come and say, Krishna, please help me. Krishna, please reveal. And then when Krishna is pleased, Krishna will reveal himself to us. From our side, we have to sincerely serve Krishna. We engage in hearing, chanting, service, and wait for that understanding to come. So there are two kinds of understanding. One is when we try to figure out, when we try to analyze. That is needed. But there is a second kind of understanding, which is when Lord reveals. So does that mean we should not try to understand? What do you think? Siddhanta boliye chitte na karo alas, ya hoite Krishna lage sudrida manas. Kaviraj Goswami says, don't be lazy to understand scriptures. Spend time. Na karo alas, don't be lazy. Understand. And then fix your mind on Krishna. At the same time, when we do that, we also know, as Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur says, Krishna is a transcendental autocrat. Krishna, it's up to Krishna. And from our side, what we see, today's purport is a very beautiful sentence Prabhupada says, Krishna can only be known by devotees. So from our side, if we want to understand Krishna, what we should do? We should connect to devotees, because devotees understand Krishna. Right? So if I want to know Krishna, I should be connected to devotees, because devotees know Krishna. And when devotees are pleased with me, by their love, by their blessings, by their prayers, I will also understand Krishna. Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomara shakati ache. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Krishna is yours, O dear devotee, O dear Vaishnava. You have the power to give Krishna, tomara shakati ache. And who am I? Amito Kangal, Krishna Krishna boli, dai taba pache pache. I am a beggar, I can only run behind you and say, Krishna, Krishna, please give me Krishna. So this is the way we approach Krishna consciousness. We use our intelligence, we try to understand, we attend classes, we study scriptures, but at a certain point of time, we say, Krishna, I love you, please reveal yourself to me. This is beyond my intellect. So from our side, what we can do is, we can get attached to devotees, because these devotees who love Krishna, they will make us understand Krishna. See, one beautiful pastime, which I have told many times in these classes here also, but I love to repeat it many times. This is the pastime of His Holiness Srila Giriraj Swami Maharaj, how he became devotee. So when he was a young boy in Boston, Srila Prabhupada came there. And in the class, so Giriraj Maharaj was a young college student. He asked a question to Prabhupada. How do we know who is a real guru? And Srila Prabhupada pointed his finger to him and said, it depends on whether you want to be God or whether you want to be servant of God. Prabhupada roared like that. So he was completely taken aback, because he realized at that point of time that Srila Prabhupada is a mystic, because Giriraj Maharaj, as a young student, in his hostel room where he was staying, he had put he was into all meditation, different kinds of meditation. And he had put one big poster of some impersonalist, some yogi, who has a finger pointed like this in that poster. And there's a big heading in that poster which says, you are God. And now Srila Prabhupada is asking him, so when he asked Srila Prabhupada, how do I know who is a real guru? What did Prabhupada say? Whether you want to be God or servant of God. So he felt Prabhupada could see through me and he could see through my hostel room. He could see that poster where I have written, you are God. So he got completely shaken. And then, of course, Prabhupada gave the answer and then he continued to come to the center. And then after 1.5 years, again when Prabhupada came to Boston, by this time, Giriraj Maharaj had become a devotee. And he was in dhoti, kurta, tilak, and the class was going on. And then he asked a question. This time different question, devotional question. So when he asked question, Srila Prabhupada looked at him, his eyes became big. He said, oh, I know you. Last time when I came, you asked question. Srila Prabhupada remembered. And then Srila Prabhupada said, when I saw you last time, I prayed to Krishna. Krishna, this is such a nice boy. Please make him a devotee. But then Giriraj Maharaj says, then I understood how I became devotee. I was thinking I have understood Krishna consciousness, I have become devotee, I am coming to temple. When Prabhupada said this, when Prabhupada revealed this, then I understood, Acha, I am devotee because he prayed for me. So therefore, we are fortunate because we have association of such wonderful devotees in our community. And when we are with them, we attract their mercy because they love Krishna. And we need to learn to appreciate devotees and see divinity in them and see Krishna in them. Then we can understand Krishna. There is one exercise I always do in interactive workshops. Of course, we can't do it in a Bhagavatam class, but I'll just explain what I do. And you can try this. It's an amazing exercise which helps us understand and see Krishna everywhere. So, who can know Krishna from today's purport? Devotees. So imagine if we get attached to devotees and appreciate devotees because they understand Krishna. So if we appreciate devotees, we will also understand Krishna. Now the question arises, how do we appreciate devotees? So there are 3 levels at which we can appreciate. So at first level, so what I generally do is, in the whole class we divide it into pairs. Everybody pairs up with someone. And then one is A and the other is B. So I tell them, okay, now you have 3 minutes. First person, A will tell B about any devotee, or any person you appreciate. But that person should be alive, should be on this planet right now. Because sometimes, when you are told, okay, appreciate some devotee, we generally appreciate Guru, Srila Prabhupada. It's easy to appreciate Guru, Srila Prabhupada, but very difficult to appreciate the devotees we are living with. So then this first round is very interesting. So A and B, they are paired up. So what A does, he says, okay, I appreciate this devotee. Then he speaks for 3 minutes. Then B will appreciate another devotee. So the A has to hear attentively. Both of them have to hear each other. Now there is a twist here. It's an interesting exercise. When you appreciate, you have to appreciate that person, whoever you are appreciating. You should appreciate that person, but you should speak about yourself. That is the first round. Interesting. Try to understand. I appreciate someone, but as I'm appreciating that person, I speak about myself only. For example, if there is one devotee I want to appreciate. His name is Manish. I'm giving an example. So let us say you are my partner. Let us say we are paired up. So we are sitting in front of each other. So now it is my turn to appreciate one devotee. So this is what I will say. So this is how a typical exercise would look like. Prabhu, now I have 2 minutes, so let me appreciate this devotee called Manish Prabhu. He's such a nice devotee, So he came home. Actually my mother was very sick and I was alone with my mother and it was COVID time, lockdown. It was so difficult to take care of my mother. She was very sick and he dropped everything and he drove from Mumbai and he came and stayed with me and then he took care of the house and he did so much seva of my mother. I had to take my mother to the hospital, but he did so much service selflessly. And even after my mother became all right, even now he calls my mother every week. He's so good. He has such a nice attitude. Now the bell rings, so I have to stop at some point of time. Did you notice what I did? I appreciated Manish Prabhu, but as I was appreciating him, I was speaking about how he has touched my life, how he has impacted me. And we are not impersonalists, right? We are personalists. So this is a healthy way of appreciating someone. What a person has done for me. Generally, this is the lowest level. Although this is not the highest, but it is, at least we are beginning to appreciate. At least we are counting our blessings. At least we are seeing positive. At least we are not criticizing. We are not being cynical and complaining, oh, my life is so unfortunate. We are not looking at the inadequacies. We are entering an abundance space. We are actually seeing the good that has happened in my life. Although it is all about me, but still, it is appreciation. So the first round, so after I have spoken about Manish, you may speak about somebody else. But again, you have to speak about how that person has touched your life. So like this, everybody is doing their exercise. So after that, this is the first round. The second round gets more interesting. So in the second round, both persons, A and B, they have to appreciate the same person. But now, they have to speak about that person as if you don't exist in this planet. Which means, if I am glorifying Manish, I will speak about him so much, but I will not mention anything about me. Do you get this? Like if you are my partner, this is what I would tell you. Manish is such a good devotee. You know, he loves his parents. His father passed away many years ago, but every year he goes to Gaya, performs his Pinda Tarpan for his father, and every Saturday, Sunday he cooks for his mother, and he takes care of his mom very well, and he's very good in his work. He's got the best employee award in his office for many times. Like that. So I'll speak about, see, if you see here, I'm appreciating him, but I'm not speaking about myself. Now, when we do this, we start touching a higher dimension of happiness. Generally, all our happiness is about ourselves only. It's all centered on I. Again, I'm saying it is not bad because we are appreciating someone, but we have to rise beyond ourselves. We have to see somebody is good, independent of me. What if, even if I don't exist on this planet, this person is wonderful. So when we start appreciating like that, then we surprise ourselves. We start discovering some good qualities in that person, which we didn't think till now. It has happened so many times. In all the workshops I've done, this has happened. People discover very interesting things about the other person. So now what has happened in these 2 rounds? You have spoken about one person, and the other person also has spoken about another. So you know about 2 people now, the glories of 2 people. Now third round becomes most amazing. In the third round, what both people do, they become one team, and they take one of the 2 names, and they start understanding what are the qualities that we have discussed about this person in the last 2 rounds. And where in the universe can we see these qualities exhibited? Can we see these qualities in Krishna, Ram, Bhagavatam, Ramayana, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada, Guru, Vaishnavas, somewhere else in the universe? So if I am talking about Manish, you are my partner, both of us now have to help find out what are the qualities of Manish. Manish is showing quality of affection and attachment and dedication to his parents. Can you see this in the universe? This quality? Yes. What are the examples? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. He is called as Matra Bhakta Shiromani, the greatest devotee of his mother. So Manish is reflecting qualities which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited. Or, Srila Prabhupada dedicates his Krishna book to his father. So we can say Manish is doing his Pinda Tarpan for his father every year. So he is revealing a quality of Srila Prabhupada. Also, he is a gratitude for his father. So if I have a difficulty with Manish, if I have a fight, if I have an altercation with him, then I can remember, oh, he is very special. He has qualities which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited, which Srila Prabhupada exhibited. So immediately you are seeing divinity in a person. So appreciation, we can take it to the higher levels. Beginning with self, then go higher, then see the universe, see these qualities exhibited by the Lord in Bhagavatam like that. I remember once, many years ago, one devotee, brahmachari, was cooking breakfast for us every day in the temple. So one day he had made upma and rasam. You know, upma is a South Indian dish, and I am a South Indian. So he had made upma very well. So after the morning program, I told him, What excellent breakfast you made. You made upma. It was so tasty. It was exactly like the way my mother used to make. And I appreciated him, and he was so happy. But if you see what I was doing, I was appreciating him, but I was appreciating because of the happiness I got by eating that upma rasam. Although I was appreciating him, that was the first level of appreciation. Then seamlessly I entered the second space. I said, Prabhu, you are so good, you are cooking every day. And cooking is not an easy service. And then on the spot, I realized his wonderful qualities, that he is so highly educated, he is a very highly placed doctor, he could have been earning lakhs of rupees every month. But he is humbly, selflessly cooking for brahmacharis every day in the temple. So then I started talking about him, not about me. Not about how his upma is giving me pleasure, but how he is pleasing devotees so much, and how he is so educated, how he is so selfless. And then when I was actually appreciating him for who he is, independent of me, and then I saw, I could see a very heartfelt connection and bonding develop with him. I could see his eyes also became moist. He also perceived my appreciation was genuine. And then we were discussing about prasad, about how Krishna is taking care of everyone. And then we understood how Srila Prabhupada writes, how Krishna takes care of an ant in your room, provides food for the ant in your room, and also for the giant elephants in African jungles. So we were entering a space now of divinity. We were seeing how Krishna provides prasad for everyone. And basically, we need to go higher in our appreciation. So like this, when we do this exercise, we appreciate devotees, then we can see good in all the devotees around us. So when we are seeing good in devotees who are dear to Krishna, we'll understand Krishna also. Because devotees are dear to Krishna. See, I remember once I did this workshop in New Jersey, one devotee, they were partners. So they were doing this exercise. In the end, I said, any realizations? That's a very interesting exercise we have in the end. So one devotee raised his hand and immediately put his hand down. So I knew that he had something to say, but he was not sure. I looked at the others, so they all spoke. And then again, after some time, this devotee raised his hand. He looked confused. He raised his hand, then again he put his hand down. 3-4 times it happened. But others were speaking their realization. It was very nice discussion going on. And I knew that this Prabhuji has something in his mind he's not saying. So during the dinner prasadam, I went up to him. And he said, Prabhuji, thank you so much for this exercise. I'm actually disturbed. But positively disturbed. And I wanted to say in the class, but I was not sure. I'll tell you privately, don't tell this to anyone. My partner, he began to appreciate one devotee when we started this exercise. We had to appreciate some person. So he started speaking about one devotee of our community who I don't like at all. I have a strong dislike for this person. And my partner started glorifying him. But it was the first round where he was speaking about how this Prabhuji helped him so much. So then I thought, okay, maybe he is an exception. That fellow is a bad fellow, but maybe this Prabhuji has got some help from him. So I was tolerating, I was saying, okay. But second round was shocking. Because in the second round, my partner started talking about this devotee, how this devotee is wonderful and has helped so many devotees. And is so good. All his qualities started coming out. And then he basically challenged my prejudice. I had developed bias, I had developed prejudice. All that was smashed in the second round. But Prabhuji, the worst was the third round, where I had to also rack my brains and I had to see divinity in him. But now, after this end of this workshop, are you able to appreciate him? So he said, to be honest, I still have grudges, but at least my grudges have come down. I'm at least able to see that he's a wonderful person. I'm not able to appreciate him. So I'm able to say it is my fault. So like this, what happens when we actually, when we generally think appreciation, gratitude, this is all feeling. Many times we say, I feel grateful, we think appreciation and gratitude is very abstract, very vague, as if it is a feeling. No, it is a practice. It is a discipline. Happiness is a feeling. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are not happy. But we continue to do bhakti, even if we are happy or not happy. Happiness is a feeling. It will come and go. But gratitude, appreciation, this is a practice. And when we have that practice in a community, then we are able to appreciate all the devotees. And when we can appreciate, we attract Krishna's mercy. I remember once we did this for senior leaders of a community. It was very funny. So the Matajis were on one side, the Prabhujis were on the other side. So in the end, we asked for realizations. So one senior Mataji, she said, Prabhuji, thank you for this workshop, because, I wanted to, actually because of this, I had to appreciate some devotee in my exercise with my partner. So I began to appreciate my husband, my Prabhuji. And as I was appreciating him, in the first round, second round, third round, I realized my husband is actually a very good person. And the best part was, this workshop, that our husband, the Prabhuji, was also in the workshop. He was sitting on the men's side. And he was beaming. He was feeling very happy that his wife was glorifying him in the workshop. So I said, Mataji, would you like to please elaborate? She said, yes. My husband has a peculiar quality that he has got some sixth sense. So when I am sometimes, both Mataji and Prabhuji are working. They are in a very big corporate job. So she said, sometimes we have some office get-togethers, parties, and or some social gatherings. So when I tell my husband about this, so he tells me, you know what, this particular program you should not go, because you will feel humiliated or you will feel uncomfortable. And he has this sixth sense. He would know that I will be uncomfortable in that program. But instead of appreciating him for his intuitive, common sixth sense, I would get angry with him. I would tell him, you are cursing me. You are giving me bad vibes. And I would get upset with him and I would go for the party nevertheless. And exactly what he predicted would happen. I would become uncomfortable, irritated, and I would come back. And instead of thanking him for his insight, I would get angry with him and I would say, I had a bad experience because you cursed me. I could never appreciate. But because of this workshop we were doing, now I can see that my husband is actually very good. So I said, Mataji, and everybody was laughing, everybody was appreciating as this exercise was going on. I said, Mataji, this is okay. These are the first 2 rounds, but remember what we have to do in the third round? What is the third round? We have to see divinity. So I said, can you see divinity in this entire quality of your husband? Can you see some parallels in scriptures or in great personalities or in Lord? And guess what? Which is the personality she remembered? Lord Shiva. Why? Sati. What happened? Sati wanted to go to her father's party. And Lord Shiva said, don't go. So she said, so when we had to do the third round, I could appreciate my husband. I could see that. I could see divinity in him. I could see that he is a representative of Lord Shiva. So now I see my husband as representative of Lord Shiva. So then everybody laughed, everybody clapped, and the Prabhuji was sitting on the Prabhuji side. He was so happy, he was beaming. And then he said, I want to say something, I want to say something. He asked for the microphone. And he said, I'm very grateful to my wife that she said that she is now able to see me as Lord Shiva. Thank you so much. But I must confess to the August assembly year that I have always seen my wife as Durga only. Everybody was laughing. So you got the point, right? So this is a lighter vein, but the whole mood was, there was appreciation. There was ability to see good, ability to see divinity. This is very important. Sometimes we get so prejudiced just because I had a bad experience with some devotee, we start judging that devotee as bad. Srila Prabhupada had this amazing ability. He could see good in, that one drug-induced hippie, he entered Prabhupada's class. Prabhupada was giving class. He was completely disoriented, that person. And he opened the toilet door and he kept a toilet roll. He kept that paper. And he left. And Srila Prabhupada had such an amazing ability to see good. This person was not in order. Srila Prabhupada says, he is not in order, but look at him, he is rendering service. He is keeping toilet paper for service of devotees. So Srila Prabhupada could see the potential. Like there was one boy used to come to this matchless gift store during Prabhupada's initial days. His name was Bill. And he was actually crazy. he would sit right in the front when Prabhupada would give class, and whole class he would sleep. And he would be like completely lurching forward. His body would be like, it was obvious to everyone that he's fast asleep. And after the class, Srila Prabhupada would say, any questions? He would raise his hand. So he apparently had a lot of, and he would ask the question in a very challenging spirit. And after Srila Prabhupada answered, Srila Prabhupada would say, so, are you satisfied with the answer? And Bill would shout, no! And then Srila Prabhupada would again answer. And after the answer, Prabhupada's voice would rise. So, do you understand? Then his voice would become softer. No, no. Then again Prabhupada would say strongly. So like that, every day they used to have this kind of question answers. And he would sleep in the class. And when dancing, kirtan would start, Bill would start dancing in a very narcissistic way. He would like grab the center of attention, and he would be in the center and dance in a very, very wild way. So devotees wanted to stop him from dancing. So they told Srila Prabhupada, Swamiji, this Bill is very unruly, uncontrollable. He dances so bad. So Prabhupada's eyes became big and he was smiling. He said, no, he dances like Lord Chaitanya. Prabhupada could see him. See, that's what I'm saying. Prabhupada could see divinity. He could connect. So then, of course, he was very irregular, this boy. All the devotees were seeing faults in him. Srila Prabhupada continued to see good in him. And this boy went on to give all the money he got from his job, whatever he was doing, all that money he would give in donations to Prabhupada. And later on he got initiations also. He got initiated as Ravindra Swarup Das. So, of course, he is different Ravindra Swarup Prabhu. We know two Ravindra Swarup Prabhus. One is the ISKCON Guru, GBC. This is another Ravindra Swarup. So, he got initiated by Srila Prabhupada. So, ability to see divinity is actually if you want to study this deeply, you will find in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela. This entire concept is very beautifully explained in Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's conversation in the 8th chapter. Actually, after 268 verse onwards, because Ramananda Rai, he starts telling Mahaprabhu, who are you? Sometimes I saw you initially as sannyasi, now I see you as Krishna, now I see you as Radharani, please don't have any duplicity, please tell me clearly who are you? I'm seeing Krishna everywhere, what is happening? So Lord Chaitanya downplays the whole thing. Lord Chaitanya says, you are a devotee of Krishna, so you are seeing Krishna everywhere, so you are seeing Krishna in me also. And then Lord Chaitanya gives him instruction. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is hearing from Ramananda Rai, but while conversing with him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals to the whole world for eternity how we can see Krishna all the time. So there are 4 different ways. This is a different subject matter, long analysis Mahaprabhu gives on how we can see 4 different ways we can see Krishna everywhere. One is we can see Krishna everywhere as an energy. We can see everything as an energy of Krishna, like earth, water, fire, air. That is one way. Second way Mahaprabhu says is we can see Krishna as the super soul in the hearts of all living entities. Third way we can see Krishna is this, which is what we are seeing here in this section. Seeing everybody as servant of Krishna. Everybody is carrying that divinity. Like gopis, Mahaprabhu narrates that verse from the Gopi Geet, where the gopis are appreciating the trees, plants, creepers as bowing down before Krishna. They were actually bowing down with fruits, but the gopis are able to see them as serving Krishna. So this is the third way to see Krishna. Everybody is serving Krishna, or everybody has a potential to serve Krishna. Of course, there is a fourth way also, which is to see everything and every situation as a stimulant for us to remember Krishna, Uddipan. That's there in the Madhya Leela. But here what we are emphasizing on the theme right now is this, that we need to appreciate devotees. We need to see devotees as somebody who is carrying divinity, carrying Krishna. There is a very beautiful pastime of Srila Prabhupada in Stockholm, I think 1974 Vyas Puja celebrations. Srila Prabhupada was very grateful to the devotees. He said, all of you have done so much for me. I am not able to do anything for you. But the only thing I can do for you is I can pray for you. Like that, he offered a very heartfelt appreciation of the devotees. And then after the program, when Srila Prabhupada was going out, he turned to one of his disciples, Shivananda. And he said, Hare Krishna, Shivananda, please pray for me. So he was shocked. He said, Srila Prabhupada, you pray for us. We are fallen souls. Srila Prabhupada, you pray for us. And look at the irony. Just a few moments before Srila Prabhupada had said that he will pray for everyone. And now he's asking his own disciple to pray for him. So when Srila Prabhupada said that, and the devotee protested, Srila Prabhupada said, and this devotee said, Prabhupada, no, how can I pray for you? Srila Prabhupada said, no, you should pray for me, because you are a Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada could see his disciple as a Vaishnava. He saw him as somebody who can pray to Krishna for him, for Srila Prabhupada. So like this is a very, very beautiful way we can connect with Krishna. We can understand. This is the way we can actually understand Krishna. Because there are many pastimes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'll just take one. There are at least 5 examples I can think of where Mahaprabhu is teaching how we can understand Krishna if we have mercy of devotees. So one pastime that right now I want to speak about is Rupa Goswami. See, Rupa Goswami is amazing. He understood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mind. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in the Rath Yatra. You know this pastime? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started singing one very famous mundane song. So, see, Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Radharani, and Mahaprabhu is looking at Jagannath, who is Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, oh, Ya Komara Haras Evai Haras. Mahaprabhu is chanting, oh, you are my same beloved. You are my same Lord. I am the same beloved. We are meeting, but this is not the same place. My heart is not here. I want to be on the bank of Reva under the Vetasi tree. My heart is longing to be there. Basically, Mahaprabhu is saying, in the mood of Radharani, telling Krishna that, Krishna, we are meeting here in Kurukshetra. This is not the actual place. I want to meet you in Vrindavan. But Mahaprabhu was chanting a verse which was popular. Everybody in Orissa at that time knew this verse. Just like nowadays, you may know some popular Bollywood songs. So that was like a popular Bollywood song of that time. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sang that mundane song. So some ordinary people, they could not understand, Hare, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why is he singing this song? Mahaprabhu is in front of Jagannath and he's singing this line. But he's in the mood of Radharani. So imagine we go for yatra and Prabhuji is some leader of your yatra. Prabhuji is there and he sings some song like this. What will you think immediately? Hare, kya ho gaya Prabhuji ko? Prabhuji bahut YouTube dekh raha lagta hai aajkal. He is watching all these songs. What has happened to him? So Mahaprabhu was singing a song like that. He sang that verse. So some people got bewildered. But Rupa Goswami smiled. Rupa Goswami understood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Radharani. So immediately he composed a beautiful verse where Radharani is telling a Sakhi that Priya Soyam Krishna Sachari Kurukshetra Militas. Oh dear Sakhi, I am meeting Krishna in Kurukshetra. This is same Krishna, I am same Radha. But my heart is not happy here. I am hankering to be on the bank of Yamuna river. Like that. It's a beautiful verse he composed. And when he composed this verse and he wrote it on a palm leaf and he kept it there in his hut. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Siddha Bakul and he saw that, he was astonished. He said, Rupa Goswami has understood my heart. See, Mahaprabhu is acknowledging that Rupa Goswami has understood his mind, his heart. See, look at our situation. We don't understand what is in our mind also. Right? We don't have awareness. Here is someone who has understood God's mind. So Mahaprabhu is in great ecstasy. Mahaprabhu looks at Swarup Damodar Goswami and he says, Mora antar varta rupa janila ke mone Swarup kaye jani kripa koriyachi apune. He says, Mahaprabhu says, oh Swarup Damodar, how does Rupa Goswami know my heart? And Swarup kaye jani kripa koriyachi apne. Oh Mahaprabhu, you have given your mercy to him. That's why he knows. Because you gave your mercy, he has understood. And that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu acknowledges Swarup Damodar's verdict. And he says, Prabhu kahe yo amay prayag milila yogya patra jani iyar mora kripartha hoila. Mahaprabhu said, yes, I met him in Prayag. And that time I realized that he is a qualified candidate. Therefore, I bestowed my mercy upon him. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepts that he has bestowed his mercy upon Rupa Goswami, because of which he could understand the Lord's heart. And actually, if you see Rupa and Sanatan, they have given us the gold standard, the ideal standard of approaching the Lord. See, when they met Lord at Ramkeli, this is one of the most poignant, most touching, most inspiring sections in Lord's pastimes, where they are teaching us how to approach the Lord. They were great ministers, prime minister and finance minister. They are approaching the Supreme Lord not as if, I know everything, we know everything. In fact, they presented their inadequacies. They presented themselves very humbly. And after hearing their petition, Mahaprabhu, what does he tell them? So they were named as Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. They were given title. So Mahaprabhu says, Shuni Mahaprabhu kahe Shuno Dabir Khas Tumi Dui Bhai Mora Puratan Das. Mahaprabhu said, Oh Dabir Khas, oh Sakar Malik, listen to me. You both are my old devotees. Today I give you initiation. Mahaprabhu initiated them and he gave them the names. Aji hoite duar naam Rupa Sanatan. Mahaprabhu said, today I give you the names Rupa and Sanatan. But the second line is very interesting. Mahaprabhu has given them the name Rupa Sanatan, and what does Mahaprabhu tell them? Aji hoite duar naam Rupa Sanatan Dainya chada tomar dainya fate mora man. Mahaprabhu says, give up your humility. Your humility is breaking my heart. That means their humility had touched the Lord's heart so much that he was overwhelmed. He was so much filled with love for Rupa and Sanatan. See, when we take initiation, our Guru would look straight into our eyes and he would expect us to cultivate humility. The Guru wants us to develop humility. And look at here, Rupa Sanatan's situation. Mahaprabhu is saying, give up your humility. Means how much they must have pleased Lord Chaitanya. And then Mahaprabhu says, Janme janme tumi doi kinkar amar achirate Krishna tomai koribe uddhar. My dear Rupa Sanatan, for many, many lifetimes you are my servants. And I assure you, Krishna will deliver you. Now, why we are speaking this pastime in this context today of appreciating devotees? Please understand, Rupa Sanatan are meeting Lord Chaitanya for the first time. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to Ramkeli with thousands of disciples and his intimate associates are there. They are all senior to Rupa Sanatan. They are not thinking, oh, this Sakar Malik, Dabir Khas, they are just new bhaktas. They are just come. No. What is their consciousness? What is their mood? Just imagine, they are very senior most people there. Very intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya. And here are two young, not young, new people, very new devotees. But seeing them get mercy, all the other devotees, how they felt? Did they feel insecure? Dui jane prabhur kripa deki bhakta gane Hari Hari bole sab anandita mane. Seeing these two brothers get mercy, everybody said Hari bol. And everybody said Anandita mane, with great joy in their heart. They chanted Hari bol. And Rupa and Sanatan, they did not feel, yes, we are special. See, Mahaprabhu has acknowledged us. No. Mahaprabhu has acknowledged them. Other devotees are glorifying them. But Rupa Sanatan, what did they do? Sabara charane dhari pade dui bhai sab bole dhanya tumi paile gosai. They fell at the feet of all the Vaishnavas. They said, no, we want your mercy. In fact, Rupa Sanatan approached Lord Chaitanya, not directly. They went through Haridas Thakur and Nityanand Prabhu. So this is the mood in which devotees approach. This is the way we approach the Lord, and this is how we attract mercy. This is actually, Ravindra Swarup Prabhu was once explaining a very beautiful point about Kanishta community and Madhyama community. He says, a group of Vaishnavas, we are living in a community. We are a Kanishta community. What happens in a Kanishta community and a Madhyama community? Kanishta means low class. Madhyama means second class. So, in a lower class, a Kanishta community is where a senior devotee feels, oh, look at him. Look at this junior. He's so new. He's an upstart. He's a maverick. He's just going, breaking all etiquette. He's bypassing me and doing so much service. He's trying to show off. He should be stopped. And the junior thinks, oh, he's senior in name only. He's envious of my talent, my ability. He's throttling my progress. That is a Kanishta. In a Madhyama community, the psychology is different. A senior devotee sees somebody is getting mercy, somebody younger is getting mercy, somebody younger is doing well. The senior devotee feels, wow, he's so empowered by Krishna. He's so dear to Krishna. He's so dear to Guru. And the junior feels, I'm able to do this only by the mercy of my senior devotees. He always seeks the mercy of devotees. So this is the way an ideal community is. And Mahaprabhu saw this mood in Prayag. So in Prayag, what happened, very interesting, when Rupa Goswami was there and Anupam were there. Both of them had gone to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was having a meeting with Vallabh Bhatt. And when Vallabh Bhatt saw Rupa and Anupam, he was so overwhelmed. He said, wow, wonderful Vaishnavas. He wanted to embrace both of them. So when he approached, immediately Rupa Goswami, out of his natural humility, withdrew. Batta mili bare yaha, due palaye dure, asprishya pamara mui, nachui amore. Both Rupa and Anupam said, no, oh Bhattacharya, oh Vallabha Bhatt, please don't touch us, we are fallen. You are such a great Vaishnava. Now, the best part of this pastime is, Vallabh Bhatt is thinking they are great Vaishnavas. He wants to embrace them. Rupa and Anupam are saying, no, we are fallen. Don't come near us. Don't touch us. The best part of this pastime is, Lord Chaitanya, who is watching this whole discussion, he is there, right there with Vallabh Bhatt. You know what he tells Vallabh Bhatt? This may be shocking. Lord Chaitanya tells Vallabh Bhatt, oh, Vallabh Bhatt, they are right. Yo na sparshiyayo jati ati hin, Vaidika yagika tumi kulina pravin. Oh, they are right, don't touch them. They are fallen. Jati ati hin, don't go near them, they are right. And you, O Vallabh Bhatt, they are fallen, but you are a great Brahman. Very learned, very advanced. Surprising? But this is the best part. Mahaprabhu deliberately did that. And Vallabh Bhatt was a very conscientious Vaishnava. He understood. When Lord Chaitanya said that, immediately he became bewildered. He said, why is Lord Chaitanya saying that? Then he looked at Rupa and Anupam and immediately understood. Oh, there is a double meaning here. Vallabh Bhatt got a realization. Duar muke nirantara Krishna nama shuni Battakaye Prabhu kichu ingita bangi jani. Vallabh Bhatt saw that both these brothers are chanting Krishna's names. They are wonderful Vaishnavas. And Mahaprabhu is telling me, don't go near them. Ingita bangi. Mahaprabhu is telling me, you proud Vallabh Bhatt, you think you are very great Brahman? Don't go near them. So Mahaprabhu is sarcastically telling me that don't be proud of your Brahminical birth and knowledge. Look at them, they are real Vaishnavas. So he had this humility and he had this ability to understand Mahaprabhu's mood. And then he immediately looks at Mahaprabhu and smiles and he says, no, my dear Lord, they are both great Vaishnavas and I will purify myself by embracing them. Duar muke Krishnanam karoye nartan, ye duye adama nahi hoye sarvottam. They are actually great Vaishnavas. So like that, so Mahaprabhu is recalling this incident as he's telling Swarup Damodar that I gave my mercy to Rupa Goswami there in Prayag because I saw that he actually has this mood. is this quality of a Vaishnava. So that's how we can understand Krishna. So I would like to, we can have some question answers now, but before that, I just want to share one pastime of Srila Prabhupada to end. See, Srila Prabhupada, you know this famous pastime? Srila Prabhupada said, your love for me is shown by how much? You cooperate with each other. You know this? We all have heard this famous quote. But recently I was discussing with Bhakti Rasayan Sagar Maharaj. He had come to Chowpatty and I was discussing this pastime with him. And he gave an amazing insight. You know, this pastime, we all know this statement of Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada saying that your love for me will be shown by how much you cooperate with each other. But there is a context to this pastime. The context was that Srila Prabhupada was during his last days in Vrindavan. He was on his bed. He was about to leave the world. And one young disciple, in the mood of Puru, you know, Yayati pastime, Yayati wanted to enjoy. He asked his 5 sons, can you trade my old age and give me your youth? For the eldest son, Yadu, he declined respectfully, saying that Krishna is going to come in my dynasty. So, and his father was okay with that. The other 3 sons, they wanted to enjoy, so they refused to exchange their youth with their father's old age. But the youngest son, Puru, he said, I am a second-class son. Actually, if I was a first-class son, I would have understood your desire and I would have given away my youth for you, so that I could take your old age. But I am a second-class. Second-class son is one who listens to the instruction and then obeys. So now that you want this desire, I will fulfill it. Please take my youth and give me your old age. So this devotee was telling Prabhupada in that mood, that Srila Prabhupada, like Puru told his father Yayati, take away my youth and give me your old age. Srila Prabhupada, you take away my youth, you become young and you preach because you can deliver the whole world. Let me get your old age and let me leave this world. Basically he was saying, let me die for you. It was at this time, Srila Prabhupada said in a deep voice, your love for me will be shown by how much you cooperate with each other. That means Prabhupada was saying, Prabhu, it is easy to die for the Guru. It's not easy to die also. Sacrifice, sacrifice is a great thing. People sacrifice their life for the country. They sacrifice their life for Guru. They die for Krishna. That's great. But Srila Prabhupada is saying, it is easy to die for Guru, but can you live for your Guru? Can you cooperate with each other? Can you serve? Can you appreciate each other? So therefore, we need to meditate today on this theme. What Prabhupada is writing here, we can know, only a devotee can understand Krishna. And if we have difficulty understanding Krishna, that means we have to get attached to devotees. And when we appreciate them, we can also understand Krishna. And then mercy flows. This mercy has 2 aspects. One is, one meaning of mercy is when we get what we don't deserve. All of us, we have got at least many gifts which we don't deserve, right? So we can know that we have got mercy. Second understanding of mercy is, when we start considering what is really valuable as valuable. See, right now we think something is of value. Like I may think money is of value, house is of value, career is of value. But really valuable is what? Love of Krishna, service to Krishna. So when we start considering what is really valuable as valuable, that means we are getting mercy. So therefore, when we get attached to devotees, we will slowly start understanding the importance of Bhagavatam class, importance of associating with devotees, coming for Mangalarati. All these things which are really valuable, we will also appreciate them as of value. So therefore, this is the main theme. I would like to pause here. There are many pastimes actually in Chaitanya Charitamrita. But I will pause here and we can have some comments or questions regarding today's discussion. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments? Yes, Sridhama Sakapur. Hare Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very beautiful class. You spoke towards the end about this Kanishta society and Madhyama society. I found that very, very fascinating. Okay, before you go ahead, this is from ISKCON Communication Journal. You know those, you'll find it on Veda base. So there is an article by Ravindra Swarup Prabhu on how a community, our devotional community grows. So there he explains. So does he speak about what is Uttama society also? He just speaks about Kanishta and Madhyama. Yes. See, Uttamadhikari sees everybody as devotee, pure devotee. So Uttamadhikari. So I found this fascinating. He may have explained it also, but this resonated with me. But what do we, when we see that a society sometimes starts as Kanishta, reaches Madhyama, and after some time degrades down back to Kanishta as well. Sometimes it can happen. So when you see that happening, what should the leaders be doing? What should the devotees be doing? Okay, there are two things here. When we see a devolution, not evolution, what should devotees do and what should leaders do, right? Is that what you are saying? So there are two aspects to this question. So as a leader takes proactive, he makes proactive choices, he takes responsibility to ensure that the apparent conflicts are resolved. Sometimes we think there should be no conflicts. Now that's, I think, being very utopian. Conflicts are inevitable in a community because we are human beings, we have false egos, the three modes are interacting. So instead of avoiding conflicts, the leader focuses on resolving conflicts. Conflict avoidance is not the solution, conflict resolution is the solution. That's a leader's responsibility. For devotees, sadhakas, you and me, our responsibility is to remember this, ati parichayat avagya. Srila Prabhupada spoke about this many times. Familiarity breeds contempt. So when we start getting things, we start taking things for granted. So we need to constantly keep reminding ourselves of, oh, I can't take this for granted. That's why I said mercy means to get what we don't deserve. To constantly remember what we are getting and what we deserve. Once Yugavatar Prabhu gave a very graphic example. It has stayed with me. In his Bhagavatam class, he was saying that he was that time in one hospital, I think KEM at that time. He says, there was a receptionist there. So whenever anybody would call the hospital, she would pick up the phone and she would respond. She would say, yes, welcome, KEM hospital, how can I serve you? So he said, so when he would call the hospital, as soon as the receptionist would pick up, by the first voice of the receptionist, he would know whether that receptionist is a new receptionist, Madhyama, or senior most. So he said, so when the receptionist would pick up and say, good morning, welcome to KEM hospital, how can I serve you? So he would know that, oh, this is a new receptionist, very humble devotee. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, how can I serve you? Hari Bol. This was during those days when it was not automated. It was a person who would be there at the reception. Then he said, sometimes I would call the hospital and the receptionist would pick up and she would say, KM? That's it. So you would know, acha, ye abhi senior, they have become little senior now. She's not feeling obliged. That's why, sometimes when you become senior, we don't even say vancha kalpataru. We say vancha, or we say, So then he said, and sometimes when he would call the hospital, he would know that, ye bahut senior most ho gaya. This receptionist is senior most. When there is, from the other end, he would hear a voice. Kya hai? What do you want? So he would, oh, okay, this is very senior person has come. So then he was giving a purport that how, when we are new devotees, we are very conscious. We don't know how to wear dhoti, kurta, tilak. Everybody is senior. We respect everyone. And we are like, oh, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you. But within 6 months, we will start learning the philosophy. We start, and in ISKCON, you hear of Krishna conscious philosophy. After some time, we start understanding. So he says, then after some years, we think that I have become advanced now. So Prabhuji was here, I was here. Now last 5 years I have made advancement and I have come here. I have caught up. Yes, now I know everything. But we don't realize that I was here, Prabhuji was here, last 5 years I have caught up. But in the last 5 years, Prabhuji has also gone up. That we forget. And that's how we start thinking, considering, we forget the etiquette of appreciating and acknowledging senior leaders, senior devotees, their sacrifice they have made for the community. That's why it's very important for us to remember with gratitude. As a younger devotee, look at our seniors with respect. And if we are in the leadership position, then taking proactive measures to resolve conflicts and bringing devotees together, helping them understand each other. Not having this utopian idea that, basically when we live in denial and we are just trying to be positive, then it becomes toxic. Because suppressed emotions, they become toxic. So we need to create forums where devotees can express their heart in confidence. Guyam akhyati prachati. Therefore, in ISKCON, GBC has made this very wonderful initiative of ombudsman. Every community has an ombudsman. And even in our ashram also we have an ombudsman. For the community also we have Madhvanand Prabhu and Krishna Prabhu as ombudsman. So if you have some serious grievance, genuine interest, desire you have to see that your needs are met and you feel hurt, then we have a facility here to help you in your devotional service. So therefore, this is what a leadership would do. But from our side, I should not be thinking, okay, I have all these complaints. Let me go to we're not looking for an opportunity to complain. So I think that way we can facilitate. Is that okay, Prabhu? Sridhama Saka Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, okay. This is the last question we'll take, yes.
I don't want to ask any question. I want to appreciate about a devotee. Is that okay?
Appreciate about? Okay.
About a devotee. Okay. Prabhuji, you said that you are South Indian. I am Bengali. For me, it is very difficult to learn South Indian slok, any single sentence, etc. But being a South Indian, you said so many Bengali shlokas, songs, words. Even you have translated them in English. Ami to Kangal achi. So the class was very interesting for me.
You are a Bengali. You like Bengali.
Because most of the things were spoken from Bengali, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all. Even you translated them so well. Okay. So it is really very admiring and appreciable.
Thank you for your kind
I can
words.
see the presence of Krishna in your tongue.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Actually, Hare Krishna. Thank you for your kind words of appreciation. So if there was anything good, that is by the mercy of Guru and other senior Vaishnavas. But I'm also happy to get feedback and corrections from all of you. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gaur Premanande.